Introduction. How to get sober. It's hard to believe that living a sober life isn't about giving up pleasure but simply giving up alcohol. Yet discover how sobriety can make you happier and more fulfilled. In this book, you will learn: what should you expect from sobriety? What are the negative effects of alcohol? Does even moderate drinking have harmful effects? Why doesn't society recognize the dangers of alcohol? How to develop self-confidence without alcohol? How can you build your social life around sobriety? How can I stop making alcohol the only solution to my problems? How can I find love while sober? Our answers to these questions are easy to understand, simple to implement, and quick to execute. Ready to get sober? Let's go. What should you expect from sobriety? The first steps you take in the direction of sobriety are the most difficult. You need to know what to expect. If you are physically dependent on alcohol, withdrawal will cause you to experience symptoms. These usually include insomnia, nausea, headaches, irritated skin, and other unpleasant symptoms. This period lasts about 10 days. If you are a moderate to chronic drinker, since alcohol numbs your emotions, expect to experience even higher highs and even lower lows. This period lasts a few weeks, and to avoid relapse during this phase, it's important that those closest to you know about your goal so they can encourage you. What are the negative effects of alcohol? The negative effects of alcohol go far beyond the hangover. As a major contributor to over 60 diseases, the WHO admitted in 2011 that alcohol is the #1 killer in the world. When your body is no longer in the presence of alcohol to eliminate, you'll notice increased energy, better mood stability, better sleep, clearer skin, healthier hair, and you'll eliminate the puffy face, bloodshot eyes, and red cheeks. Are there any harmful effects of even moderate use? Even if a person is able to stop at one drink, the harmful effects of alcohol are present. Like tobacco and asbestos, alcohol is a carcinogen. According to a Boston University study, 35% of people who die from alcohol-related cancer are moderate drinkers. And while it's common to hear that a glass of wine a day is good for you because of its content of the antioxidant resveratrol, wine also contains toxins and carcinogens. In short, drinking a glass of wine is like diving into shark-infested water when swimming is healthy. The only safe and healthy amount of alcohol to drink is 0. Why doesn't society recognize the dangers of alcohol? In our society, drinking alcohol does not affect one's career or socialization with others. It is actually encouraged. Now imagine if we replaced alcohol consumption with cocaine. The judgment of this behavior would be much less accepted. And yet, from the point of view of danger, alcohol is just as addictive and deadly. Another example: cigarettes are subject to strict advertising regulations. Alcohol is not. One reason for this is that in the UK, alcohol-related illnesses and injuries cost the government £3 billion a year, while taxes on the sale of alcohol bring in over £10.3 billion a year. How to develop self-confidence without alcohol. Many of us reach for a glass of alcohol when we are not confident. And yet, alcohol is an obstacle to our self-confidence. When you drink alcohol, you feel like you can act more boldly than if you were on an empty stomach. But by relying only on this false confidence, you've never learned to cultivate true self-confidence. To do this, spend time in situations where you are comfortable and having fun. For example, walking by the sea, browsing in bookstores, or practicing photography. It may also be that, in sobriety, you need to learn to discover yourself again. For example, you thought you were extroverted when in fact, when you are sober, you are introverted. In this case, plan some time alone to recharge your batteries. How do you build your social life around sobriety? During the first few weeks of sobriety, it is not advisable to go to a place that serves alcohol, as the temptation to drink is very strong. Instead, go to social events without alcohol. But let's face it, there will come a time when you need to be in a place where alcohol is freely available. Before you go to the event, let the people with you know that you won't be drinking. And remember, you don't have to explain why you don't drink alcohol. But even if you do, some people will push you to drink, try to find out why you don't drink, and reject you completely. Congratulations, you've just discovered a fool who probably isn't at peace with his or her own drinking. Remember, real friends will support you in your sobriety. How can I stop making alcohol the only solution to my problems? Over time, your brain has learned that whatever the problem, the solution is alcohol to give you pleasure. In other words, the more you practice this habit, the more it triggers a craving for alcohol, no matter what the problem. Fortunately, sobriety can successfully rewire your neural networks. By staying sober for a few months, your brain loses this unwanted habit and allows you to have the ability to look for other solutions for a given problem. How to find love while sober. When you are about to go on a date with a potential partner, send them a message in advance that you will not be drinking alcohol and let them know whether or not they are allowed to drink alcohol in your presence. Another important point is that some ex-drinkers find it difficult to initiate sex on an empty stomach because alcohol artificially increases your confidence. but alcohol dulls our senses. If you have sex sober, it's easier to feel subtleties, like the feel of your partner's fingers in your hair, or the feel of their breath on your skin. Also, if you are sober, you will perform better in bed. You'll act more deliberately, more thoughtfully, and with more finesse. Conclusion: it's common to be afraid of getting sober because it has a bad reputation. But a life without alcohol will make you happier than a life with alcohol. Take the plunge and you will be rewarded. If you like the summary, click on one of our partner links to discover the unexpected joy of being sober. Discovering a Happy, Healthy, Wealthy, Alcohol-Free Life by Catherine Gray in ebook, book or audiobook format. And if you're not interested in reading further, we recommend you discover the easy way to stop smoking. Join the millions who have become non-smokers using Alan Carr's Easy Way method by Alan Carr. Introduction: How to quit smoking. It's hard to get rid of the urge to smoke because you have misconceptions about your nicotine addiction. By learning to see your addiction in a new light, to eliminate the reasons why you smoke, and to realize that cigarettes have nothing good to offer you, you will find it easier to quit. In this book, you will learn: what is the benefit of smoking a cigarette? What is the right frame of mind to have before thinking about quitting smoking? How to free yourself from your addiction to cigarettes. When is the right time to quit smoking? Is it recommended to use nicotine substitutes? How to quit smoking in practice. Our answers to these questions are easy to understand, simple to implement, and quick to execute. Ready to quit smoking? Let's go.